Hey, I wanted to do a video for you today, again sharing some of the techniques that Victor Antonio shared with us at Leaders Retreat, and I just think he's dynamic, and I feel like he's definitely on to some important techniques for us. So we talked about overcoming objections is old school. Blocking objections is new school. And he set up the stage on, have you ever been in that event and everything was going great and it was flowing and you had everybody engaged, and then somebody asks you a question that stops you in your tracks and makes you have to start backtracking. An example that I've had is, I've been going through the presentation and everything is great, and then somebody raises their hand and says, well, how much is this stuff? Because I've heard it's expensive. Right there, that stops you in your tracks, and even the people that you had engaged now is focused on how is she going to answer that question. So he said, and it's brilliant, he said if you can incorporate blocking the objection before it's raised, then you have such a better chance. And totally right on. He said, if anybody ever says their objection in public, for example, if anybody says, well, I would never try Plexus, more than likely they're not going to, because they said that in public. So all of a sudden they have to stand behind what they said. So blocking objections, how would we do that? Let me think about just in a casual conversation, you're out promoting and you run upon somebody, and so you get into that casual conversation and you're trying to figure out, again, their triangles over their head, and you're trying to figure out what approach to go with them. And maybe let's go back to the lady that wants to lose weight over the holidays. Maybe while you're talking to that person, you incorporate into that discussion of, I've had a lot of people tell me, and I know I felt the same way. I joined actually November 25th, and I was really concerned about spending that money this close to the holidays. But you know what? What I found was it actually saved me money. My husband and I have not had sodas in the house in basically 2 years. We cut down on so many snacks. So when I budgeted out for that month, I found that I was able to pay for my product just from the things that I had cut out in our household that were unhealthy anyway. That blocked that objection before she said, well, I just don't have the money for this right now. Another example of this, maybe you're talking about, let's go back to the wealth and the lady with children. And we've got the circle, and we figure out she might be interested in the business opportunity to gain a little bit of extra cash. Then, in that conversation, I would say something to her like, I know you're thinking right now, because I was thinking this, I just don't have any extra time. I mean, you're looking at me, I have children, my schedule's just crazy. That's what I thought. But I found that this is so much just about sharing and just about telling people. And I have gotten so excited because I've seen the testimonies and the results that, now the time is easy. And, when I started, I actually had a full-time job and also had a business on the side and have 2 kids, and I'm a mama and a wife. And so I have found that I've been able just to incorporate it into my life. That blocks her, because, see, if I sit there and wait on her, she's going to say, well, I'm not sure I have the time. When she says that, then I have to defend and figure out a way to back pedal, and then it, again, seems like I'm selling her more. But if I block it and say, I just... when I joined, I was just really concerned because I didn't think I'd have the time to do it, and I threw that out there. It's probably something she was thinking already, but since I threw it out there, I didn't then have to wait and have to defend it. One more example. Let's think about somebody in wellness. We haven't covered one in wellness. Let's think that we are having a conversation and somebody says to us that is very fit and very healthy. Somebody says to us, well, I really don't see how this is any better when I can buy my supplements over the internet at a cheaper price. Okay, let's say that that's what they're thinking. When I'm talking to someone with wellness, I'm going to block that objection. I'm going to make sure I incorporate that in our discussion. So the discussion would go something like this. Jane, I see that you are really fit and that you're really active, and that's awesome. And I would love to sit down with you sometime and just pick your brain on, different things that you've learned along your journey on your health. And because I know anything that I can learn extra for my business, it really helps me. And, I don't know if you knew, but I'm with Plexus, and we're about promoting a healthy lifestyle, and we've got some amazing products, and even we have some health coaches on our team. So we're excited anytime we can get someone like you to listen to and to share and collaborate with. And a lot of times what I have found with my fit people is they're already on a regimen of supplements, and they're thinking, how is yours different than what I'm already on? But I would love to sit down with you sometime and show you the testimonies we've had. I would even love to connect you to another health coach if you would be interested, and show you the ingredients and how I think we're different. That way, I didn't have to work through that conversation and then block. Of course, I'm giving you just a conversation. In all of that, I would be listening more than I'm talking. But for training purposes, obviously, I have to talk to y'all instead of sitting here pretending like I'm listening to somebody. But I think the key is listening, asking questions so they feel validated, and so you can figure out which triangle point that you're going to go after, and then blocking the objections before they can put them out in public, so they don't feel like then they have to stand behind it. So I hope this has helped you, and I look forward to talking to you guys later.